Yo, stay wavy TV, ride the vibe with me, splash through your screen, drip clean like the sea, high tide energy, never on mute.
Gunther would never be a superstar in the WWE. Let's get one thing clear, man. Triple H, he really thought when he came up with the idea of booking Gunther to tap John Cena in his final match, he said, you know what? If I can get Gunther to retire an old-ass Goldberg who can barely walk, and if I can get him to retire John Cena, the same John Cena that lost to Solo Sikoa back in 2023, I could turn Gunther into a superstar. And you know what happened? The exact opposite happened. Everybody booed. Nobody cared. He shows up on the episode of Monday Night Raw this week, after he made Cena tap. And the fans are so uninterested in Gunther that they barely even was booing him. Triple H got louder boos than Gunther. Did you guys notice that? You guys notice when Triple H walked out to the ring for John Cena's final moments in the ring, and that's when the crowd really was booing like at the highest level. It wasn't for Gunther, right? Because they understand that Triple H is the one that books the matches. He's the one that comes up with the ideas for the matches. And Triple H, he was a star in the WWE, right? He may have screwed his way to the top by, marrying the boss's daughter. But at the end of the day, history is history. Triple H is one of the biggest heels in WWE history. And as a booker, he's become a top heel again. And I think he should use this to his advantage. Like, I think he should do what Vince McMahon used to do, come out to the ring to kick the show off, get the fans booing, talk a little shit to the wrestlers. I think Triple H should tap into that because he is the biggest heel in the WWE right now, right? But let's stay focused on Gunther, right? So, Gunther, he's been on the main roster for about 3 years now, right? Since he moved up from NXT. Gunther is 38 years old, okay? Gunther has got to be the most overrated wrestler of all time, okay? Like, they call this guy the ring general when everything he does in the ring is basic. Like, let's be honest, guys. Like, the only thing that you can really say that stands out about Gunther is the fact that he's 6'4". He's clearly a tall guy. Other than that, there's nothing special about him. His mic skills are average. I think the best promo Gunther ever cut was when he was talking to Jey Uso in the locker room, basically telling Jey Uso that because he's so worried about helping everybody else, he's going to lose that world heavyweight title to him when they fight each other on Raw. And that's exactly what happened. That was a great promo because he was spot on. Jey Uso, who made Gunther tap at WrestleMania, instead of focusing on him being a great world heavyweight champion, he was busy helping Sami Zayn and helping Cody Rhodes. And, he was trying to be Batman. You feel me? That's the best promo I ever seen Gunther cut. Other than that, Gunther don't be saying nothing that really gets you excited for any of his matches. Now, you got guys like Michael Cole that say Gunther is a throwback wrestler. He's a 1950s wrestler. Let's say that was the case, right? Let's say that Gunther was a throwback wrestler. That's not a good thing. It's 2025. If a man is in the ring moving around like he was wrestling back in the 1950s, then that proves everybody's point why nobody likes him. Because that doesn't make sense to continue happening in 2025. In 2025, you should wrestle a certain type of style that is evolved from the 1950s and 60s and 70s. So Michael Cole, if you really do feel like Gunther is a throwback wrestler, then you prove everybody's point that nobody cares about him. Because the reality is the modern day wrestling fans don't watch wrestling matches from the 1950s if they even did exist. Okay? Second of all, Gunther has the chops. His chops ain't better than Ric Flair. His chops, anybody can do a chop. Anybody can slap somebody's chest and make a loud noise. Sheamus can do a better chop than Gunther, right? Gunther has the big boot that he does, right? Kane and Undertaker got a much better big boot than Gunther. Anybody that's well over 6 feet tall can make a big boot look good. As long as you're tall, you can make it look good. If you're tall and you're in the ring with somebody that's smaller than you, you can always make a big boot kick look good. right? If Carmelo Hayes was fucking 6'4", 6'6" instead of being 5'9", he could make a big boot look good because he's actually way more athletic than Gunther is. Okay? What else does Gunther do? The sleeper hold. Anybody can do a sleeper hold. His submission move ain't better than Ric Flair's or Charlotte Flair's. You know what I'm saying? His submission move ain't better than the STFU that John Cena be doing. Anybody can just choke somebody out in a fake wrestling match and make you tap, bro. That is not unique, bro. You know who is unique? Rey Mysterio, Javon Evans, Jeff Hardy. You know why? Because those guys can do things that other people can't do. The Undertaker, you know what I'm saying? He got the old school move where he jumps up on the turnbuckle and walks on the ropes and then jumps off and hits you with the elbow. Gunther can't do that. That's some ring general type shit. Gunther can't do that. You know what's special? Logan Paul's finisher move, which I think is the best finisher in the WWE, next to Soruka's finisher move. That's special. When you can do things in the ring that other people can't do, that is what makes you a special, unique wrestler. The 619. How many people can do the 619? Can Gunther do the 619? Hell no. We could even talk about Kane. Kane, bro, a lot of people underestimate how fucking athletic Kane was, bro. Kane, for his size, bro, for Kane to be 7 feet tall, over 300 pounds, bro, Kane used to move around the ring like a fucking running back football player, bro. That dude was a tank, bro. Kane is a much better in-ring wrestler than Gunther. He makes wrestling look real, bro. Everything, his big boot, his choke slam, you know what I'm saying? How fast he moves around the ring. That's another thing, like Gunther is not even fast in the ring, bro. Gunther is slow. He's flabby. We all know when he was Walter, he was like, his character literally was fat. And I'm not fat shaming, but I'm just keeping it real, right? Before he became Gunther, back when he was Walter, he was fat, right? And even after he lost weight, like he hasn't put on that much muscle, bro. Dude is just like a chubby, you know, a chubby, flabby dude. There's nothing about Gunther that make fans want to say, you know what? I need to buy some Gunther merch. You know what? I need to see a Gunther match. Like, guys, like, think about it. What would you guys say is Gunther's best match since he's been on the main roster? I would have to say his match with Sami Zayn. His feud with Sami Zayn was actually entertaining because, you know, everybody was looking at Sami Zayn the same way that they used to look at Eugene. You guys remember Eugene, the guy that used to come out in the diaper and shit? Like, that's how we used to look at Sami Zayn, right? And the fact that, you know, Gunther beat Sami Zayn the first time they wrestled, and then they had a rematch, and Sami Zayn did the unthinkable, and he actually beat Gunther. That was actually a pretty good storyline and a pretty good match, right? Because we got to see the bad guy, the heel, the bully. We got to see, you know, the bully get beat up, right? Other than that, bro, I can't name any other match between Gunther that was entertaining or exciting. I can't name it. And by the way, let me ask you guys this, right? How is Gunther beating John Cena? How is that helping him become a superstar when just a month or two ago he lost to a 50-year-old CM Punk? CM Punk is way past his prime, bro. I love CM Punk. I think CM Punk is a great wrestler. I think he's definitely a hands down a future Hall of Fame wrestler. CM Punk, even now, still cuts some of the greatest promos in the company right now. But if we're talking about CM Punk's in-ring ability, he has slowed down a lot, bro. CM Punk, like, in the ring, like, he's almost washed, bro. He's slow. He looks old. He is old, right? The fact that Gunther couldn't beat a 48, 50-year-old CM Punk, why are we supposed to take Gunther serious because he beat John Cena? Everybody beat John Cena. Dominic Mysterio beat John Cena. Solo Sikoa beat John Cena. John Cena was losing matches for 3 years straight before his retirement tour. Like, beating John Cena, bro, it's no longer a special thing, bro. You know what I'm saying? And guys, I hate the way that Triple H has devalued John Cena, because the fact that John Cena's finisher move is the FU or the AA. Remember, it used to be called the FU, but then they changed it to the AA. The fact that we've seen so many people recently kick out to John Cena's AA, even when he does the super AA, like when he does the super attitude adjustment where he stands on top of the ropes and jumps off and AAs you, and people are still kicking out, man, like they have completely devalued John Cena being the greatest wrestler of all time. Because people like Gunther and Dominic, they shouldn't be kicking out of your finisher move. Your finisher move is supposed to be the move that finishes people off. I mean, for God's sakes, he AA'd Cody Rhodes like close to 10 times at SummerSlam, and he still lost. He still lost. So I just don't get it, man. You know, we didn't even, you know what I'm saying? Like, listen, bro, a guy that tapped out to Jey Uso, bro, can never become a superstar in the WWE. That booking just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. So to all of the people out there, they think that Gunther has all the heat around him. He has nuclear heat because he made John Cena tap. Okay, let's see what happens in 2026. Let's see if by the end of 2026, does Gunther become a superstar? I guarantee you he does not. People are never going to look at Gunther like how they looked at Brock Lesnar, Goldberg, John Cena, Randy Orton, Batista, Triple H. People are not going to look at Gunther like that. Why? Because he's boring. He's boring. And at 38 years old, there's nothing that he can do to change who he is who he is. He's most likely going to retire AJ Styles next year. There's a possibility that he ends up retiring Brock Lesnar next year. And I think if anybody should retire Brock Lesnar, it should be Obafemi. What better way to introduce Obafemi to the main roster than to have because remember, John Cena leaked that Brock Lesnar is actually retiring next year at SummerSlam. What better way to introduce Obafemi to the main roster than to have Obafemi pin Brock Lesnar in his last match at SummerSlam? That'll be a great way to introduce Obafemi to the main roster. But don't be surprised if Gunther retires AJ Styles and Brock Lesnar in the same year next year. Don't be surprised. Because Triple H is going to do everything in his power to get people to look at Gunther how he looks at Gunther. He really does look at Gunther like he's a superstar. Because Gunther reminds Triple H a lot of himself. If Triple H would have never married Stephanie McMahon and became Vince McMahon's son-in-law, he would have been just like Gunther. A nobody. So with that being said, man, it's your boy Wavy. Stay Wavy TV. Make sure you guys subscribe, thumbs up the video. Let me know what you guys think about this video in the comment section. Do you guys think that Gunther is going to become a superstar in the WWE next year? Let me know in the comment section. I'm actually really interested to see what you guys think about this, man. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for the support. It's your boy Wavy. I'm out.
Yeah, welcome to the vibe. Stay wavy in the mix, got the culture on the rise. Tap in, hit subscribe, ring that bell, let it ride. We gon' surf through the trends, give you game every time. Reviews, new views, keep it honest, never fake. If you're looking for the wave, this the channel you embrace. Stay